Landria on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live live an awesome life. I still don't have my microphone on. It's probably a little echoing here. What's up with that? You know, sometimes things just don't work. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Who cares? I'm here with you right now, and we're going to talk about something that I really want to fire you up about. Now, I'm making big plans. I'm always making big plans. I get excited. I'm always on to the next big thing. I do complete what I'm working on, and then I keep up in my game, and I'm like, could it get better? How much better could it get? Yay! And it always does, because I keep going down that path. I go. I don't question it. I have doubts sometimes, especially life can challenge you, and you go, oh, I'm exhausted, even if you're doing wonderful things. But then you say, I can't quit. I gotta keep going. Give yourself a break, get back to it. Here's my question today. So, maybe you're not like me. Maybe you're not always going to this great place and then you go, okay, I'm going to shift again to another great place and another great place. Because I like to experience a lot of things in my life. I'm not a person that stays in any one space for long. It's called expansion. And you don't have to do what I do to expand, but I have a question for you. If I told you you had 2 years to live, would you change how you're living? Yeah, everybody would. Even myself, who has plans, would probably accelerate them. I don't know, maybe not. You know what? Because I'm here every day still doing what I'm trying to get out there as quickly as possible. And I can do what I need to do next year and that year. So I actually might not shift it that quick. You know what? Maybe my answer is no, I might not change anything. I probably do a few different things. But you know what? If you're on the pathway that you feel good about and you love your life and you're living out your mission, your passion, you probably wouldn't change too much. You might accelerate some things. So, what would you change? Oh my gosh, I want to see the world. Is that something in the future that you're always looking for? When I pay off this bill, what did I just see last night? Oh, it was this thing about adopted people that, I can't remember the name of the show, adopted people looking for their parents. And one of the girls grew up with her mom, who died, who kept saying, oh yes, oh no, maybe it was a murder mystery, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, this girl was saying, oh, her mom was the greatest person and she always put the kids first, and she said, oh, well, in the future, when we get this done, I'll go do that. Or when we have the money for this, I'll go do that. And the things that she was focused on were, not really going to take away, nothing was going to be taken away from that for her to go travel on that. If you love your kids, you still love your kids. If you give them attention, you still give them attention. Nothing's going to take away from you going and maybe traveling or doing some things that you love. But people, they put it all on the back burner. It's something I'll do when I'm older, and then you can't friggin' climb up the mountain or hike up to whatever. Right? I see that all the time. It's like, why would you want to live your life to the fullest when you're so old that you can't enjoy it the same way? You should be doing that all the time. All the time. You should fit that in. I have a friend, man, every year she goes to buy at least 2 to 3 amazing places. I'm talking, she's going to Vietnam and Africa and, oh my God, you name it. Portugal and, everywhere. Everywhere. That woman, she just goes, and she goes to the most, unusual, awesome places. Budapest and Croatia and just beautiful, beautiful places. And she works her tail off on a business and still manages to do that. She makes it happen. She makes it happen. And she's got all kinds of reasons why she couldn't leave here for 2-3 weeks at a time, sometimes longer. because she's not missing out on her life. She's doing exactly what she wants. She wants to travel. She makes it happen. You can say, oh, I can't afford it. Baloney. I've given you examples when I've manifested stuff like that. I manifested something after I spoke to you guys. Do you remember this? I gave an example. What if you wanted to go, on this fabulous vacation? It was very expensive, and wanted to travel. You had no money or no means, and then, but you believe it. You know you can do it, and you put it out to the universe. The universe figures out a way, and then a friend calls and says, "Hey, all you have to do is show up. I have this, first class vacation." 2 days later, one of my friends calls and says, "What are you doing the week of blah, 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 blah? I have a first-class vacation cruise to the islands, and you're invited because somebody dropped out." Then I talked to you about the lottery. A couple days later, I bought some tickets, 4 out of 5 hit. Okay, and this is going on and on and on. You know why? I'm an open vessel. So be very careful about where you're thinking, what your desires are. If you're focused on not having money and I can't do it and, oh, I don't have the money, then you won't. What do you want to do? How do you want to change your life now? What do you want? Because you don't know how long you're going to be here. Would you change how you're living? Yeah, I think pretty much everybody would. Even myself, with even the things that I'm doing, I would probably accelerate some of the things, and I'd probably include some other things and get myself out there a little bit more with my message. And I'm going to start doing that. But I'm human too, and I need some breaks, and I have to tell you something. I make sure I get them, and I am loving life. Are you loving life? Because you're not going to be here that long. It doesn't last long. It goes quickly, and I'm a baby boomer. I'm going to tell you right now, it's like, boom! That's the boom in the baby boomer. What happened? Then you look at your life and say, oh, I am probably not going to be on the planet this much longer, too much longer, right? You're thinking I'm halfway through. That's if you live a long life. Wow, now what? It looks very different than the first half. First half we're, building and growing and experiencing, and then the last half of your life you're going, it's really about me. And me is what I'm going to contribute to this world. What are you going to do? It's okay to be abundant. It is okay to live a life of pleasure and luxury and give. And you can give from a much better place if you're abundant. Why? Because you have more to give. And abundance is for everyone. There are no rules. I had a guy, I post ads. I don't know if you guys know this. When I'm posting an ad that is obviously selling something, I'm required to do that by AdWords. It has to be public. So it's on my channel. You guys get to see that. It's not one of my me talking to you. It's me talking to everybody to get them to either get on board with my internet training or to get on board with my, my mentoring and all that stuff so that I can communicate with you guys. If you give me your email, then I can communicate. And that's what you guys see come out here. But I had an ad. I had to run an ad. And guy says, ugh, what are you going to sell next? Your book? And I was like, yeah, actually I have asked you guys to purchase my book if you want, if you desire, so desire. What? So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with, see, that's that thing. Oh, now she's selling stuff. No, I'm promoting things that are of value to the world. And we have this mindset that we have to either be good people that are broke, that give things, or that we go after the money and then we sort of step out on everybody along the way. You can live a very fulfilled life right now with all the abundance. You don't have to wait 20 years to do that. What are you doing right now? It can come. You can manifest these things. You really can. How would you live your life differently? Right? Bring value to the world and value will come back to you. And yeah, I'm going to keep running my ads. I'm going to keep promoting stuff. Why? It's changing people's lives. Just like it did mine. I did it. and I promote it, and you should believe in what you're doing. It's important for you to live a life that you believe in. So if you're working a job you don't love, you might switch that and say, well, if I'm going to die in 2 years, I still have to pay my bills, so I'm going to have to continue to work. But I sure as heck am not going to work in that job. I'll bet you a lot of you would say, ooh, I would quit my job in 2 seconds, right? And why aren't you doing it now? Isn't that funny how we'll just live this life that we don't love? And it just keeps going on and on. You can change it. What if you'd had 2 years to live? What would you change? You should be living life like that all of the time. And you can say, what if I had 5 years to live? How would I change it? Because we might have 2 or 5 years to live. We don't know. And how horrible would it be to become ill and then you couldn't travel and then you're in your bed? Or if you're like me, you're just living life to the fullest and doing whatever you can and still I still find myself, getting a little comfortable sometimes, but then it doesn't feel real comfortable. I know that there's something else I need to be doing, and I act on it. Are you acting on it? You can change your life today. It's a reality shift, and you can actually shift into that reality, and you can envision something that you've been saving up for, working toward, and know it exists right now, and know that it can come sooner than you ever expected. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. If you don't believe that, then you're limiting yourself, because you are and have the power of the universe flowing through you with no limits, no limitations. Yes, we have certain rules here on this planet so that we can live out these roles and play this human experience out. But ultimately, you can manifest that life to be anything you want it to be. Bring value, give to others, give joy, because when you realize, wait a minute, in 2 years, all these things that I'm collecting, I've worked so hard to get, they're going to be gone. What's that thing I'm going to do? I found some things that I inherited that really have no meaning to me. And I watch these shows, Antiques Roadshow. It's a great program. And, they'll say, oh, this is worth 10,000 pounds. And they'll go, oh, well, I'm not going to give it up. And it may not even be something that's really, valuable to the family, has no meaning to the family. Oh, because they've had it. You know what? I'd sell that sucker so fast it isn't funny. I'd say, 10,000 pounds! I'm going to sell it and travel all over. I'm getting on a plane next week. I need to pack my bags, book the tickets. I'm selling that baby, and I am on a plane. And I'm just going to travel all over on that 10,000 pounds. Then I'll come back, figure out what else I can sell off. That's what I would do. No, I'll save it. I'll pass it to my children. Have you ever done that? I got this furniture. I'm going, oh God, this is like so not my taste. But it was theirs and they loved it. Or the wedding dress. Oh, my daughter needs to wear this ugly thing that doesn't even look good on her. But it was, and then the poor thing has to wear your wedding dress because it was yours. You picked it. Let them pick what they want. Go after your life. Live it. You can't take it with you. You go live. You give to people. Love and give people your attention. If you're not giving attention to your family and friends like you should, that is 10 times more important than any paycheck you can earn. And trust me, when you go to that higher frequency because you're doing good things and you're feeling good, that higher paying job shows up. That opportunity shows up. Why? Because you're now resonating with things that are more joyful and more abundant. It all works. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Are you taking advantage of all of that? Are you feeling it? You have it. It all exists right here now for you. Namaste.